What's going on, guys? Welcome into the Scope, an FPS podcast. It is one of the podcasts of all time. I am one of your co-hosts, Crash, joined by my homie and co-host, BlueTheRobot. What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
How we doing?
Good, man. Good. Seems like I'm not the only one that's been addicted to a certain game. In chat, first thing I see is opening it up.
Oh yeah, Teamer in chat. He's all about Arma Reforger. A lot of people have. I haven't even looked at the player numbers. Is it still like holding, going up? Is it?
I haven't seen it in a while since we saw the 12,000. I would assume it's gone down. I think people I'm gonna be surprised if it has gone up. Again, this is just Steam charts, not console. Never mind, it went up. Oh
Did
my
it?
gosh, it went up. It
What?
hit it all-time peak of 15,000.
Dang.
And that was just on the 13th, yeah, the 12th of January.
Shout out Bohemia Interactive.
Holy crap.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Other than that, man, just been chilling, hanging out with the family. We got to get my son getting ready for some more courses. He's doing first grade now.
Whoa.
So, still sticking with the homeschool, which is nice. And then just I don't know, we went to the park this weekend, just to go, uh, you know, and then enjoy that nice brisk air
I don't want to
outside.
hear brisk. I don't want to hear it, man. You get
That good t-shirt, that t-shirt weather out there. It's maybe a little flannel, but that's about it,
as my dad would say out on the farm, it could freeze the balls off a brass monkey out here, man.
Well, is it like when the wind blows? Someone was telling me that she lived in Alaska. I saw it was a video that she sent me, and it's because she lived in Alaska, and the cold in Georgia is different from the cold in Alaska, and that's because it's just a dry wind that hits you. So it's just dry everywhere. Whereas like a cold, humid wind like gets into your bones. I don't know
Yeah,
if that's true.
I would say cold is like, this is just anecdotally my experience, but I feel like cold is similar to heat. Like if it's like a humid hot, it's way worse. And I think it's the same with cold. I think you have those moisture particles in the air and it transfers the coolness to your skin better. Because
Dude,
we had a really cold night last night and it was like 7 degrees and it was dry.
Fahrenheit for all you
Fahrenheit.
non-Americans out
Yeah,
there.
so that's what, like negative 15 or something in the commie
Celsius,
units.
whatever.
But then the C stands for communist, not Celsius. Send all your hate mail to the Scope Podcast.
Gmail.
The Scope Podcast feedback at gmail.com. Complaint department.
We change the email all the time. People are just gonna
We
not
basically
keep up.
just change it because I forget what it is. What did I say? The Scope Podcast complaint department? Or
Yeah, that was it last time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably still the same. Well, we have a staffer that checks that. They'll get back to you. We answer all of them accordingly. I have to say accordingly. But anyway, but whenever this front first rolled in and we had the snow and it was humid, like it was going to snow and that wind, man, it was brutal outside, dude. It was so brutal. But because it was like, we had like -4 real temperature and then like 30-mile-an-hour winds and spitting snow too. Like it was nasty.
Oof.
But we're all right. We're all right. It's warming up. We're supposed to get really warm and then the weekend it's supposed to be cold again. So
Yeah, I got another Arctic front coming in again from what I saw. So
yeah. I'm planning a night op to Texas pretty soon. We're gonna go.
really,
My in-laws that live down there are having a hard time with hogs, like tearing up their fences and their arenas and their crops and stuff.
ooh.
And my buddy's got a thermal scope on his 458, so we're gonna go do some night ops in Texas.
Okay. I mean,
Here
you're
in the next
really
few
just
weeks.
passing what is it like northern Texas, like in the little like panhandle type, or
No,
is it like
they live in Southeast Texas. Like it's gonna be
oh,
it's
so
a bit
that's a
of a
bit of a
jaunt.
drive. That's
Yeah,
a
it's
bit
a
of a
jaunt.
drive. Yeah.
Tis a jaunt, but we'll do it. We got to go pull off some ops down there, but it'll be pretty funny. Other than that, man, I got some big news. If we're just chilling today, if you guys didn't know, This episode is going to be a little by the seat of the pants, and there's not as much that happened this week, so we're kind of going to be hanging this week. We'll talk about
Oh,
games.
I gotta show something though. Shout out
What?
to American Riot. You know how he's got his like channel points on his Twitch chat. You can like redeem it for stuff. I've been holding out for a while. So far, I got a hoodie from him, a couple stickers, and now I finally got
Some channel
American
points.
Riot from channel points. It's actually like
Holy!
this. For all the visual learners, it's an American Riot signed bandana that he loves to wear
I
and
gotta
rep
up my
on his
channel
channel.
point game. That's
So
amazing.
he sent it over, and that was really cool of him. So
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, my
I was
channel
gonna
point
wear it,
game
but I was like, I don't know how to wear a bandana. To be fair,
my channel point game
and
sucks.
it might be. I don't know if it is brand new or used. I don't see any sweat marks on it. So I mean,
Yeah, that's
smells
the other thing. You gotta be
smells like
careful.
smells like his house. I was kidding.
Oh,
But
that's
nah,
funny.
it was cool just to see that. So, and he had a
Yeah.
nice little letter as well
Oh,
too,
man.
which I think it's still over there. Yeah.
Man, I suck at streaming. That's sweet. That is pretty cool.
Gotta get you selling bath water or something like that next.
I think, yeah. Or like, I think for me, I could probably sell like the bourbon that I don't finish in my glass. So like some nights if I call the stream and there's a little bourbon in the glass and I leave it, I could sell Crash's used bourbon, and it would probably make like
How does
tens
that
of
actually sound
dollars.
like? It's maybe it's just because it's the sad world we live in. But what does that sound like? An actual like merch product line that a content creator would
Dude,
do?
it wouldn't surprise me the way that things are and the stuff that I see on X, man. It would not surprise me. Which I might be checking out soon of, because the wildest thing that happened today is my waiver got signed and I'm going to be moving to the ranch.
Yeah,
dude, I don't-
Starlink.
Yeah,
Woo!
we're gonna be seeing if Elon can keep us connected or not. That's gonna be the big question. I don't know what it means, man, for the future of
It's
the
possible
podcast.
if you get a big enough satellite that's like in a stationary site, you know, it should be fine from what I could tell.
I think so.
Dude, I was just playing Reforger last night, and someone in the PvP server was like, not last night, the night before, and he was saying, he's like, because we were talking about latency, he's like, yeah, I'm getting 50 like milliseconds or whatever the heck the MS for ping wise, on Starlink.
Yeah, it's
So I was
crazy.
like, he's gaming on Starlink.
You can. The last time I went down there, I took yeah, we'll get into the Reforger stuff, Finn. We'll get into it. Gosh dang it. I took it down there and I played some Rainbow Six on my laptop, and my pings were like 30 to 50. How does that even from space internet, man? Like,
Dude,
it's crazy. It's so wild. Like, I just hook up to it, I turn it on, I set the dish out in the yard, and you have high speed internet in like a couple minutes. It's so wild. But either way, like we'll still be able to do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man, content wise for the channel. I guess we're chilling. We can talk about. I don't know. I don't know if I continue my gaming channel. I don't know if we pre-record the podcast. I don't know if I'll be able to keep streaming or not. I don't know if I switch gears completely.
We'll get there.
So
when we
much.
get there. If we got to take a little break, we'll take a little break because moving is a big experience, especially with you got all that land out there and moving, your family and stuff. So
Oh, it's gonna be hairy for a little while because I have to fix up that place and sell this place and move, like, and I gotta get like a septic system put in out there, like redone, and siding and windows and doors and interior work, cabinets, kitchen stuff.
you're remaking the whole cabin, right?
Yeah.
Or yeah. So
Yeah, it's gonna be a disaster, man. I don't know what's gonna happen, but
it sounds like a weekend project. Yeah, just a quick
just knock
weekend
it out
project.
Yeah, it'll be like the flooring I bought from Costco that I put in this place. That was a nightmare, man. The flooring I bought that I put in here is like that wood plank stuff, like vinyl. And
the vinyl. Yeah.
The box literally said, "Install in a weekend, enjoy for a lifetime." That's how I read it, is in that voice. And it was the hardest shit to put together ever. It would not click together, and the lip, like the little locking lips, kept breaking
Yeah.
off, and it was like a nightmare, dude.
I had to help my brother just do an office, a simple office, and he had to cut a couple of them because they just wouldn't fit where he needed to it properly. It's not just a puzzle piece. And then he needed the hammer to like really hit in some of those the hooks, like the little rubber mallet and stuff like that. And it was just like, and plus he was taking out carpet, which was the easier part was the demo, with just ripping out the carpet and using the
Yeah.
knife. But actually, he had like, well, he had a specific plan because he wanted to. It was actually really cool. He took the vinyl plankings and left a little gap all the way on the outside of the edge, and then put an LED on
Oh,
the
whoa,
outside. That was
whoa.
pretty cool. Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be doing any of that, but yeah, I'm going to be, dude. It's crazy. It's been like 3 years of trying to get this to happen, and within, by summer, I'm going to be moving to the sticks, man. Like, do we do off the grid the Ranch Life YouTube channel? I don't know. Maybe that stuff seems to do
I'd
pretty
do
good.
it. I'd do it. I would do it 100% if I had land like that.
I don't know. Be wild. And then yeah. Man, there's just a lot of uncertainty. It feels weird to think about like what'll happen with the podcast and YouTube and all that stuff. But if it turns out that we end the podcast and you hate it, you can still send emails to the Scope Podcast Complaint Department at gmail.com, and they will get answered. I'm lying. I'm lying. What have you been playing, man? I feel like Arma Reforger is a safe bet for me to say out
Pretty
loud,
much.
not to spoil it.
Pretty much. I did lose internet for a day on Saturday because my freaking Roomba little robot vacuum decided to run over my Ethernet cable and just strip out the cable. It didn't
do, you
unplug it. It literally took the cables that were stuck into the little locks and it just ripped them out.
do you think it was
And it's a
malicious? Do you
it
think
might
the
have been.
Roomba was out to
It
get
might
you?
have been. It probably missed me thinking I was there, but I was like, haha, I was upstairs the entire time. I was just sitting there doing work and then I lost internet connection. And then I went downstairs and it's 100-foot Ethernet cable that I had to like route with channels from
Oh,
downstairs up to the stairs. So when that happened, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I had to like rip it out. I had my son help me out, which is kind of cool.
little
He's underage,
hands.
he can do stuff. So yeah, he helped get behind the couch very easily, that's for sure. So,
I look at
he
my
had
son
me like
like
rip
that
him
too.
out.
I'm like, dude, you have those tiny hands. If you knew how to use them, you could do the coolest stuff. You could get like, man,
Oh
jealous.
man. So I had to do that. But then yeah, so I was doing some offline gaming a little bit that day, because I wasn't
Because
connected.
you had
So
to.
I had to. It was nice though. It was a nice little. But then I got one back straight back into freaking Armor Reforger. Um I didn't think I was gonna get this hooked onto it, and then I found some other servers, which by the way, thank you for the raid last night. Um on Twitch. So I appreciate
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Heck yeah, man.
Yeah. But
Send the
yeah,
homies
no,
over.
I was playing, what was it? Like I went on a rant as well too a little bit. I don't want to get too much on a rant. We'll probably get towards that
Grant,
when we actually get on
that's what
topic.
we're here
But
for.
yeah. But yeah, I checked out some like PvP servers and PvE servers. The one that you showed up to, I was on a stalker server, which I was talking to
Yeah.
at towards the end. I was talking to the guys that are like developing that server specifically, not the mods, but the server itself. And they have so many cool plans. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then I finally tried out, it was a while ago. I think we didn't talk about it too much. I tried out Deadlock with some of the boys, some of the homies, and that was fun, but they haven't played in a while. So that's about it. Just Armor Forger. There's so much things to do on that game, man.
Dude, I've been
So
still locked to Arena Breakout Infinite, man. I'm loving it
yeah,
so
I've
much.
noticed. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. They nerfed the thermal so you can play all the maps again. And the other night when I had a long time to stream, I figured out my favorite way to play it. If you got like, because we would start out and it's like, what map do you want to play? And everybody's like, I don't know, you just pick one. And I was like, whatever. But we kind of started to do a deal where we started out on farm and you just play that map because you have a loadout for it until you die. Then when the team gets wiped, you go to the next map and you play Valley until you die, and then you play Armory until you. And it's really cool. I don't know. It's just like you get a nice little change of pace. You die, you switch maps, and It takes away the guesswork of like having to decide who's playing what. And I don't know. That's the way to play Arena Breakout Infinite because all the maps are viable now and it's really fun. It's been good. Really, man, it's such a good game. I hope they fix stuff out. It's been cool to see. It's cool to see Fry playing it again and liking it because it's a really good
Yeah.
game. And then they just gotta work on that monetization stuff, and they can get that. Man, if they can get that out of there, there'll be a lot of people that'll be into playing it and get trucking on it, and it'll be cool to see because it's got a lot of potential.
Once it goes to Steam as well too, I think.
Yeah, Steam's gonna get a bunch of people in there, and then the ever elusive console release, right? Like, I don't know.
Well,
Haven't
the cool thing about is like all your stats and whatnot will transfer over to the Steam version as well too. So no issue there for a lot of people.
Yep. That's the thing that's important to note is you'll get to keep all your progress and your stuff like that. So that'll be good. Um to keep that across there. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Man, it's really wild for like this is probably the longest I've ever gone without playing Rainbow Six Siege. It's been
Yeah, dude.
it's been a long, long time since I played that. It's weird to be out of touch with that. And then I mean Marvel Rivals is taking over everything. And there always comes a time on this show where like we're a first person shooter show. And I guess that's third person though, isn't it? Isn't it? Or no? The first? I don't know. It's like the biggest shooter going right now, and I'm like not even interested in playing it. But that's where I get like the imposter syndrome or feel weird is like there's all these big shooters like Valorant and Marvel Rivals and stuff that I don't even play. But I guess it's third person, so we're safe. We're okay because it's third. We only talk about third person games we want to.
If it has like some kind of first person
Of which there are a
edition, I feel
few.
like. Yeah.
Of which there are a few. But I don't know, the Marvel Rivals thing is crazy. It is going absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I think for me it's just not, I wasn't into those hero that this is really the pinnacle of what a hero game
Literal
could
heroes, yeah.
be, literally heroes. So it's just like just not a fan of it.
Yep. Let me look through here. Okay. Do we want to get into the stuff?
We can get into the stuff.
I
Delta
have, and I
Force.
guess this kind of fits into it a little bit. I still, man, I went back and played Delta Force. It would have been last Wednesday. I don't think I talked about it on here because I think it was after the podcast. I'm pretty sure. I hope I'm not repeating myself. Maybe I am. I don't know. The last time did I tell you about the last time I played Delta Force and died in 133 milliseconds?
I saw your video and I saw you break it down of like you were behind cover and his gun wasn't even up.
This is a new one.
It was still, oh, it's a new one. Oh
Yeah.
crap. Okay.
So I played Delta Force. I've been much preferring ABI. I went back to play Delta Force because honestly, man, Delta Force is popping, and I feel like if I made more Delta Force content, my
You can't
my
force yourself to like that game,
I
dude. I
know,
feel like
but I feel like I
that
would get
game
way
is
more views.
going that game is going down a path that I'm not agreeing with right now. It's doing what I hate Call of Duty for it, which is not focusing on the things that need to be focused on. Instead, it's focusing on just adding content and leaving a little things here and there and, that are still broken. And then with just, and then it's also doing things that I don't want Battlefield doing with the whole specialist. I kind of got used to them in the beginning, especially because I was always playing the warfare mode and that was just like my jam because I'm dying for a Battlefield game. And then people who play 2042 still, I'm few and far between, I feel like. But um they would like, why are you playing that? Why don't you just play 2042? They also have specialists. And that's because they didn't have funny enough, there wasn't grappling hooks and wingsuits. Well, guess what? Guess what they added recently?
We got grappling hooks, but yeah, we'll get into
And
that
it's
for
even
sure.
worse than what those
It's
do
so
in
bad, man.
2042.
Oh, it's so bad. But I went back to play it to play Delta Force. Like, man, I really need to get into this. And I had it. My teammates got downed. I ended up doing a 1v3 and pulling it off, getting them back up, healed back up. To be fair, I wasn't quite up to health. I was at 93 HP. My vest was half. My helmet was intact. I heard people running outside. I thought it was a bot. I leaned out the window to look and I died in 8 frames of 60 frames per second recording. I went back and looked. I'm like, I saw the guy. And as soon as my brain registered that I saw him, I was dead from 93 health, half of a blue vest, tier 3 vest, and full helmet. I got killed in 2 shots from an M7. And I went back and looked at it. I counted the frames on stream. It was 8 frames out of 60. Divide that out. It was 133 milliseconds. I died in that game. And it's just like the time to die is so fast, man. And it's just I don't really enjoy it.
No,
When it
and you
does
know what's
that.
crazy? I saw another content creator, Ranger Dave. He's been kind of prevalent in like the Battlefield community. He went back and played Battlefield 5, and that game looks 10 times better than 2042 and Delta Force combined still.
Yeah.
It's insane how good that game
Yeah.
looks.
No, man, I stand by it. You've heard me say it hundreds of times. That is peak Frostbite. That's peak Frostbite, man. It looks and
Yeah.
runs so good. Cause
Hmm.
it's from the 20 series days, like 20 series
Yeah.
cards days, and it would run well on my 2080 Ti. And so we have cars that are way past that now. And I mean it runs and looks amazing. I seriously wish I know they won't for a multitude of reasons, but if they just took that game and that Frostbite engine and reskinned it to be modern, you're 90% of the way there to my dream Battlefield. Just because of how well that thing looks and runs, man. It's such a good game.
If Battlefield could pull a Battlefield 1 move again and actually make it modern, it would absolutely decimate Call of Duty. If that even is still like a war or a
It
battle
hasn't
between the
been.
two franchises, it hasn't been.
Yeah, Battlefield hasn't even been close, but Call of Duty's at one of its lowest points, at least not necessarily player count wise. I haven't looked at Steam charts of Call of Duty, but at least in like public sentiment, Call of Duty's
Yeah.
pretty down. Um,
Yeah,
and
well,
if
I got a tweet that we'll bring up with that too that I want to talk
okay,
about when it comes to the Call of Duty's breakdown. But
'cause yeah, Battlefield,
uh,
man, Battlefield 5 had like it looks good, it runs good, it had really good movement, it had nice sliding with a good cooldown, so you couldn't spam it. It had manual leaning also with a cooldown, so you couldn't spam it. It had the fortifications, which was pretty cool. It had like the full squad revive. That was like one of the first times everybody could revive, even if it took longer. It had the deal where you could do the one self heal. I loved it. Um, dude, I'll rock it out on Battlefield 5 any day, man. It looks so good. I could get talk.
that's I think that's just when we talk about Delta Force or because Arena Breakout Infinite doesn't run into that issue of just like, oh, I wish it was like Tarkov. It's like no one's really saying that when you're playing Arena Breakout. But when
No,
it comes to Delta Force, I just like, oh, I wish there was a better Battlefield.
the only thing I hear sometimes on Arena Breakout Infinite is people talk about they wish there was a hideout, which I don't really care about, but I get it. It would give a reason for people to keep loot around, like certain things of
Yeah.
loot would have inherent value instead of just like monetary value. Um, but I guess that's one of the opinions you could have. I don't, I'm not. I don't mind it. I don't want to spend time in the hideout. I just want to spend time in the raids and fighting, and that's what's good about
Well, even in the
ABI.
extraction mode in Delta Force, like you have that hideout, but it's not really
I
it's not yours to customize, but the things that you do kind of make it where you unlock areas at least. So it kind of makes it seem like you're working towards a goal, but
They said they are going to be adding things you can do to your hideout, like trophies you can put up and achievements and things like
so
that.
that's cool. But yeah, I don't think that's like gonna make or break the game if they were to keep that out. For me, it's like again, the latency, the way weapons and operators work, it's all that combined just makes for a pretty just a little bit of an annoying experience when you're playing that game. And I don't want to be annoyed when I'm playing that game, but it's also a game that when I'm playing Warfare mode, I'm not sweating my balls off compared to like Call of Duty either. It's still pretty casual, but there's still also a pretty high skill level in that game mode as well too. So I'm speaking on the Warfare mode. I haven't really played too much on the extraction mode now. So you
Yeah,
have like the extraction side.
the extraction side is the play, but yeah, I guess let's go ahead and make it official and get into the Delta Force season 2 since we're kind of
Season 2.
right here. Um, we're talking about it. Yeah, so there's some good and some bad, and like I said in my video breaking it down, to be fair, I kind of feel like this is one of the first times I feel like that the developers appear human. Um, because in the lead up to the game, they said all the right things. They dropped this game with all this content for free. They dropped this extraction shooter that's crazy for free, and all this stuff. But now we're finally seeing like some delays and some issues with things. And man, they completely snubbed console. They had one of their content creators at the end asked about console, and they delayed mobile. They delayed mobile and completely snubbed and dodged the question about console. And people in the chat were so mad, dude. They were
Oh,
so mad
yeah, because you were
about,
watching it live
yeah,
on stream.
unfortunately. That was a mistake, Blue. I decided to
Dude,
coach.
how do you think when I felt when I streamed World War III stuff back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Now you know how I feel.
I mean, not necessarily from the content, but the fact that it was an hour and 45 minutes, and I did a summary video that was 11 minutes.
Dude, I'm so glad you put that out there, dude, because I was like, I like love you, dude, but I ain't sitting there watching an hour plus of people speaking a language I don't understand. And then you put out that 11-minute, 15-second video or something like that, just super quick. I was like, yep, simple, easy. That's all I need. Thank you for breaking it down.
Yeah, I will get it for you. That's what I thought. I thought that video would be a very useful one for people. Just to because yeah, no one's gonna watch that. I can't believe I did. I'm sad that I did. Um, but yeah, this is the first time like we're starting to see like a little bit of a negative feeling towards Delta Force, in my opinion, around social media and stuff. And it really has to do with that console release because they said so. Yeah, I mean that's it. They said console was going to be and controller support was going to be Q1 of 2025. Um, so it's guess where we're at, Blue. I don't know if you know this, but we're in Q1 of 2025.
2025.
So it really felt like a new season would be the perfect time to talk about that. And I thought it was, it was something that a lot of people are looking forward to. So they were going to say it at the end of the stream. So I kept waiting the whole time, like waiting for them to show it, waiting for them to say console. Everybody was asking in chat, and then they totally just didn't say anything. There is a rumor, like Redbeard says, that there's a rumor that it's going to drop on April 24th. I also saw April 14th, but somebody kept screaming that in the chat and they kept deleting it. I also saw it. I also saw it with the. There was a Reddit post or something about like April 14th or 24th. I can't remember which one about April, but yeah, it's really weird that they haven't said anything. Then that means a couple things to me. They're either like total chads and they're just making everybody mad and making them crave it, and then they're gonna like shadow drop it, which I doubt, or it's they need more time with it and they're delaying it and they're not ready to announce that yet,
Yeah.
or they're saying that it's not gonna be. What was I gonna say? They're having trouble getting it approved, right? Because like to launch on console, they have to get approved by Sony, and Mark Rubin said this about X Defiant. They have to get approved by Sony and Microsoft to be able to be launched on their store. But yeah, it sounds like, and then the mobile got delayed until summer. So, but I don't think that mobile and console. Some people say it's they release at the same time, but they're separate versions. I don't think that's
No,
correlated.
I don't think there's any like. I mean, maybe the smallest amount of inclusions between the two, but no, I don't think so.
But either way, I mean, even if it's April or whatever, that's not Q1. And
No, that's
I
beginning
mean,
of Q2. Yeah.
I think that let's see. Yeah, I mean, if these seasons last like 2 or 3 months, if it doesn't drop in this season, it's like it's going to be delayed. Like it's not going to be Q1. Like they just have a couple months. Um,
Yeah.
so it'll be interesting to see what they say. A lot of people were surprised by that. Some of the good stuff that's coming that you can see on the screen is the 3v3v3 mode. I think that looks really cool. Um, I'm excited to play that. These kind of one life modes, round based modes are my cup of tea. So I will definitely be giving that a go. It looks like Call of Duty's cutthroat mode. It's going to be on all the different operations maps. So they said this in the stream. I didn't even think of this. It's going to be a really cool way to learn some of the maps.
In
Um,
different areas too, not the whole
yeah,
map. So it's very condensed. Yeah.
yeah. It's you don't have to risk gear. You get gear to start with, and then you buy gear between rounds, kind of like CS:GO with victory points. And yeah.
It looks like
So
it's in areas too, like you don't really get to fight on the extraction mode because usually everyone kind of just goes to like the same spots over and over again because that's just where the best loot will be. So at least I don't really find myself fighting in that, especially like the little in Dam where all the like the little tents and the infantry barracks is and stuff like that. I don't really see myself fighting there too much unless I have like a quest to go and press some buttons there. But
yeah, and some of those maps like the Tower of Babel or whatever in the Brackish map and Space City and all those are like ones you have to go and kit it up. And so it might be
yeah.
for more casual players, like it might be some of the first times you get to play some of those maps that
Mm-hmm.
cost a
Mm-hmm.
lot of money to get into. So that'll be a cool way to experience that. And then 3v3v3 is always interesting when you have a third team and then adding that.
Yeah,
Didn't
yeah, and then we got to bring up the shield guy though, because
you just want to do that now? Just get that out of the way. There's
let's
some
get
other
this,
good stuff
rip it off
too.
like a band-aid. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, let's rip off the band-aid and put some nice, I don't know, feelings
tri-
on top of it.
triple antibiotic ointment. Um, I do. Yeah, let me play this. I think if this is the same trailer they pulled, we'll have to watch this trailer that I'm showing on stream. It shows the guy pulling someone through smoke. So I have to watch this trailer and see that like was the cherry on top for me. So I talked about this before in Siege, like operators come out, people overreact sometimes, but man, this looks annoying as hell to play against. The new shield operator has been officially announced. It has a ballistic shield, but it also has a grappling hook that could reach out, grab players, grab boxes, grab bodies, friendlies and enemies alike. If you grab an enemy, you can pull them in, bonk them to death with your shield, or shoot them. The razor wire grenade's actually pretty cool. I think it's a cool way to do area denial, like if you're
Yeah,
needing to block off a hallway or something while you heal or suit up or something. But I just despise shield play. Like I said last week, even if it's not statistically overpowered, I still just hate it. I hate playing against it. It's just not fun. And like the fact that it bonks you and knocks you down just like Siege is so dumb, dude. And then he pulls people in and bonks them to death. Like from the time that shield grabs you, there's the one through the smoke. Yeah, wow.
yeah, and you have to like, yeah. By the time the animation of you going down and coming back up, you're
Yeah,
already knocked back down and dead. So,
that's it, Blue. So like from the time it grabs you, you're powerless and you're just going on a stupid griefing ride of you dying, and you just have to sit there and take it and watch the animation and watch getting bonked and try to get up for a second, but you can't, and you get bonked and you're dead. Like, and just how it shot through smoke and grabbed an enemy was like, so you throw smoke to cover and you can just spam the grapple hook into the smoke and pull someone through and kill them. Like, bruh,
yeah,
no. Oh man. And like I said, it might be like you might die a lot. Like if you're playing this shield operator and you keep trying to use the grapple hook and it's not right, and maybe their teammate shoots you or it doesn't work right, and you get shot from behind with the shield a lot, it's not statistically strong. Whoever that poor soul is that you grab with the grappling hook and pull up the stairs and bonk to death with a shield is going to be mad, and remember that, and potentially uninstall the game because it's going to be incredibly unpleasant. It's going to be terrible. So
I don't know. I
yeah,
think people are just looking. Also, I don't here like this game is in a really fragile spot where I think people are just looking for any reason to just shit on this game, and you're giving them a reason.
that's true too. Yeah, it's still
Yeah.
holding player numbers really strong though, right? Like,
Yeah, I'm sure it'll do great with player numbers, and I just, can only hope that the next well, because the extraction mode is really the only thing that separates itself as its own like specific game, because the warfare mode in reality is just another version of battlefield modes. In all honesty, even some to the map design and even the color, the saturation and some of the maps is it's literally just battlefield, um specifically 2042. So I'm just kind of hoping that the next iteration of Battlefield's good, but then also like again when it comes to extraction, that really is like one of the only things that, in my opinion, could keep players coming back to it in the future. So we'll see.
yeah.
I don't know.
Imagine if instead of copying 2042, they would have copied Battlefield 4. What would that be like?
Well, then also we still have the campaign as well too.
And there's some weird
That's
stuff about
still
that.
on UE5. Yeah, I saw. So that's why I was just like,
They didn't even announce
man.
a price, and then they also said they said like 3 or 4 times it's not going to be perfect. They're basically saying it's going to be buggy and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
crazy. They did show some cool destruction, so they're adding destructions to the maps. They showed the big tower coming down.
So that's
Um
cool. And also when it comes back real quick to the shield guy as well too, you're gonna have a lot less of an issue with the shield character in that game mode because now you have tanks, rocket launchers, helicopters. So and then multiple people around you, so you can't just hold a hallway the entire time.
yeah, and it's also like in the warfare mode, it's not as costly if you die. You know what I mean? Like if you you just respawn and roll
Exactly.
again, you're like, "Oh, that was stupid." You're
Exactly.
like, "That's stupid."
Yeah.
But if you're on a mission or you have a really good piece of gear or you've had a good raid so far and you have like your favorite gun or something and you die in the warfare mode, you're going to remember that. And
Hmm.
to a shield, if you die to that shield, you're going to remember that. And yeah, it's in the trailer too. I guess if we're talking bright sides, there are 2 maps, guys, coming to Warfare. A DLC with more than 1 map. What? Dice,
In
it
the
is
first in the
possible.
first one, yeah.
It is possible. You used to do it. You used to do it. No, it's pretty cool to see extra content coming. To be fair, they did launch with way less than 2042. But they'll quickly catch up if they keep
Yeah.
releasing 2 every season. They have
I don't know, man.
all the Knife's Edge stuff. I think it's Knife's Edge, not Razor's Edge. Knife's Edge. So they built a like a meat grinder kind of map, like a it just in
Like a
shape
metro in
of
general.
Metro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like a real linear meat grinder map with 3 levels. So there's flanking routes to go vertically, which will be interesting, and it's going to be just chaos infantry only map.
It has like even like the center area was giving me like Operation Locker vibes with like the tower in the middle of like the railing around and stuff like that. So it they definitely got their influence from there. So
Yeah. And the maps look good. The train wreck map is the other big one. It's combined arms, so it's
the
also
fortifications as well too, like the from Battlefield 5 look pretty good.
yeah.
Not mad about that.
Yep, they added those. I hated those in or I thought I would hate those when they announced it in Battlefield 5, but it was actually pretty nice.
Well, because
Uh
they can still be destroyed.
yeah, yeah, it gets
You
destroyed
know,
and all that stuff. Um yeah, let's see. What else is there? Um the maps look good. What the operations maps, let me pull those up. So they're also adding expansions to operations mode. Zero Dam is getting a big area added to it. Underneath the whole map. It's like a really big area to Zero Dam, so that's good. That's being added. But man, like looking at all like they're saying in chat, man, looking at all these clips and seeing like the shield op and all that
So we
stuff.
still also have the PVE game mode too that people were checking out. I haven't gotten it checking out either, but watching Pestily actually play
Oh, the
it.
raid mode? I never played it.
The raid mode. Um I mean, if you think the AI is like one of the best parts of this game, then go try another one to be fair, because it is obviously not. And that's pretty much what it is. It's just throwing the pretty basic AI at you in just huge waves. So it's not really anything like impressive, to be fair.
Yeah.
You got some bosses here and there. You got the helicopter, you shoot a rocket launcher at and stuff like that. But you know, yeah, it's just like more of the same. And then I guess the only cool thing that comes out of it is that you'll earn special skin unlocks by doing that one specifically. That's only meant for the PvE raid mode. But if that's what you want, skins, go for it. You know.
Yeah. Um Man, yeah, just looking at these, I like ABI so much better. I keep doing this self on my channel, man. I always think like, oh man, I'm gonna really get into Delta Force. It's a big game, and it is a big game, and I'm gonna love it and make content, and my channel's gonna be popping. And then they come out, and I'm just like, dang it, man. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old, but I really am like an ABI, but I think there's way more people playing Delta Force than ABI. Um,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
I don't know. Uh I I do notice this. What do you think about this, Blue? So both franchises, they've upped it a little bit. Both franchises have been talking about bans, and this ABI bans like 7,000 players a week, and this one up until last week, which they had a lot more, but they in Delta Force have been banning like 1,500. It's like there's way more people playing Delta Force, presumably.
Yeah.
Are there like way more people playing ABI than I think? Are the numbers cooked in weird? Is ABI way better at cheaters than Delta Force? Or like that discrepancy in those
Yeah.
numbers is wild when they both run the Ace anti-cheat, 10 cents anti-cheat.
I always think about like maybe it's the kernel level type stuff that's going on behind
They
the scenes.
both
Maybe
have
it's
them.
it's yeah. So that's why it's like I don't know if it's just they're catching them more, so they're not even allowed to even log in to play, or but then you would still get banned, I feel like, if you were running it anyway. So I mean, I don't know.
And
I
maybe since yeah, maybe it's harder for them to catch too because Delta Force has more players, so that makes you think that there's probably more people developing cheats for it because it'd be more profitable. Maybe that's what's up. Man, I think Arena Breakout Infinite did a lot of reputational damage by having the in-game purchases for Cohen. Everybody thinks it's pay to win, and they're not going to play it, and it's really a shame because man, it feels so nice.
it's a fun game. Yeah.
And I much prefer that setting and that feel and that vibe. What's funny is it's like quote unquote like more hardcore or whatever, but the time to kill or time to die especially is actually slower. so so I enjoy it more, which is funny. And like a more hardcore game, the time to kill is slower, which is counterintuitive to what you would think, I feel like.
Hmm. Hmm.
The other thing, dolphin diving, Blue.
Yeah, I did. I know we talked about that last time. It didn't look as bad as Black Ops with the Omni movement.
It's not Omni movement.
So
It's more like you're used to from like Modern
it's
Warfare
just basic. Yeah,
2022.
it's I'm not upset about that. I'm sure someone will somehow make it, super sweaty and somehow use that to get cool kills, but I'm not really upset about that. That's like the least thing I'd be upset about.
There is a decent chance
You
that
know,
somebody figures out how to break it and make it
that's what
like
I'm waiting
offensive or
for.
something.
Someone on controller holding the controller in like a weird claw shape. You know, it's
Oh,
always
we're
what
grumpy
I
old
see.
men. Whatever, leave us alone. That's funny.
So, but
Um,
No,
Yeah,
man.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else with Delta Force. That's the main thing. So we're just kind of waiting for all that stuff to come to the game. I feel like it was like 60 or 70% positive stuff. Oh yeah, they're adding thermals too. I mean, man,
Yeah, a couple new weapons as well too.
there's 3 new weapons, SMG, LMG, and AR, and then
The grenade launcher.
but I think thermal scopes, and they were confirmed through the trailers and stuff that they can look through smoke. So with all the smoke spam in that warfare mode, those thermal scopes are going to be annoying if they're not changed. So
Mm-hmm.
there there are a lot of mechanics coming to Delta Force that if not balanced correctly will be very frustrating to play against, and everybody will be
That's
using them.
yeah.
I
That's
feel
what I'm
like they're
thinking.
gonna
Like
have to
they're doing too much too quickly, I think, and they're not focusing on the finer details that
balance.
those. Yeah, the balance that they're everything is built upon that.
Yeah.
You know, you need a good foundation.
Yep. And then, oh, really quickly, if we do want to get into the some of the P's and Q's of the update, that Leakers on Duty X account that I have made some videos from posted some of the changes that have already been sent to the Chinese version. Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so they're talking about season 2 getting like kill cams and reputation points, the thermal scopes, and the launchers, and then it goes into some nerfs. The Cerberus blaster from D-Wolf's getting a nerf. Viron's magnetic bomb is getting an increase. So there's just a bunch of stuff on here about operator balances. And I was trying to look at weapon balance because those were the main ones. Yeah, so vertical and horizontal recoils benefits have been decreased. Stability increased for all guns. Reticle shake reduced. Stability upside reduced by 50% for all attachments. So it sounds like base weapons are getting less recoil, and then the attachments are doing a little bit less. The ALM is getting base damage increase. The HK is getting damage increase, but it's going to get less stability with the laser. And one of the long barrels got nerfed. Trying to look at some of these other things really quickly if there's anything important. The 338 Lapua Magnum is decreased damage to armor. The SV98 was buffed a little bit with abdominal damage. Trying to think if there's anything else. The Deagle got a buff, so with headshot damage for 1 Deags. But kind of minor changes throughout the weapons. I haven't really heard of anyone saying like a weapon is OP or anything. So um
That's a good thing, at least. Yeah.
maybe it's not worth going through those too with too much of a fine tooth comb. Would you like to we might have a shorter episode this week, I'm not sure. Do you want to get into Arma Reforger?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I need to know about this. And Finn, I am going to buy the game.
Well, for I need to know what because you never replied, you SOB. What the heck is that S&D game mode in
Well,
Reforger? Or was that a Finn thing specifically? Or a
no,
Finn
he
thing
made it. I don't
specifically?
have the link to it or anything. Did you see the video?
No, I didn't even see the video.
Oh,
There was a video?
I put a video in the group chat um about that. So Finn, shout out Finn, a longtime viewer of the program. He made an S&D mode in the I can send it to you again. Um
Yeah, because I'm not seeing it actually there.
he put it in the Discord. In media, I'll
So
find it
there's
while
a
we talk.
so an,
But
so he
but
made an S&D game mode.
yeah, but essentially what he did was carved out an area on the map, and then I'll send it right to you. And then there's a put a Jeep in the middle with like some camo netting around it. And the idea
Hmm.
is the
Hmm.
attacking team has to blow up the Jeep and the other team has to stop them from blowing up the Jeep. And so you can set like satchel charges on it and stuff, and it's like a 1 life mode. And
Yeah, they already have all the mechanics in the game to just. I'm surprised it wasn't done to earlier.
I sent it to you.
Oh yeah,
He just goes through and shows like what he's got so far and like the proof of concept and stuff. But we should uh we should try to get a crew together to see if we can test it out. I don't know like how to get to it or how to set it up
So,
or
well, I
anything like this?
finally was able to get a server running on Arma Reforger specifically with the guy who helped make a lot of one of the most like popular mods on there. It's the Bacon Loadout editor. Um, I was able to get in touch with him through another friend who it's like a friend who knew a friend who knew him. So I was able to get in touch with him, and then he was like, "Yeah, I do server hosting specifically for Arma Reforger." So all of his backend stuff is built on that for Armor Forger. So a lot of it's like quality of life stuff to help people run those kind of servers. So it's easy. It's like $1.20 per slot as well too. So it's one of the cheaper um, ways to go about running a dedicated server through someone as well too. And then you can choose between US New York, US East, US Central, US West, and EU Germany through 4 region settings as well too. So where I set up a server for pretty much the homies and whoever else wants to check it out and try it out. The Reaper Core mod, which is a single player co-op mod as well too, and that is another really cool mod because it's specifically um what was it? It's just what was it? It's one of the first things I've ever seen that has actual voice acting in it. This is just a mod too. It's got voice acting in it. It's got main objectives, side objectives. It's got patrols, scripted events. And they added in boats as well too, and stuff like that. So all of it's just really cool. In terms of the name of the server, it is only just right now. It's just a private server for just me and my friends for now. We are, I'm sure we'll get into the talks of like maybe having like a community server. I know Fry was looking into that a little bit as well. So he kind of threw around the idea of having a little community server. I would prefer it to be PvP. I think that's like where this game shines is in PvP because like I mean both really PvP and PvE as well too. But like when you have two players fighting against each other, you get some really cool things. Um, the only issue I was having specifically yesterday, I was playing as well too, was just rubber banding. I forget that this isn't a full game sometimes because of how cool the mods are, but it really is just a test bed for Arma 4 when it does come out in 2 years. So as much as I love playing this game and like want to bring people in, there's gonna be some moments where it's like, yeah, servers are dying, it got shut down, you're having weird error codes. Even us trying to just like do like a locally hosted play session, me, Redbeard, Blackout, we were trying to figure out how to port forward, so we can have a specific port number that we can all connect to, and you have to try to figure out which one it is. So it's just like, yeah, that kind of sucks. And I mean, yeah, I mean, well, we talked about it earlier today too. The amount of people that are still just slowly picking up the game right now. There's 11,000 players on right now, which is kind of cool. It seems like it goes higher up every weekend because Saturday and Sunday were the highest um amount of players. But
I
of course, with all that, dude, it's just like you have super high queue times as well. So it's like it gets pretty bad.
I
What were you
have
gonna
I
say?
have so many questions as an Arma skeptic. First off, if somebody just wants to buy the game and play it, you
Hmm.
still have to find a mod, right? There's no mode in the game. You have to find
There
a server
is
that somebody's built.
no. So there are official game servers, communities, not even community servers, official servers, um, playing this game that aren't modded whatsoever.
Or most of the content is user generated. Do you think the price tag is appropriate?
If you're this is specifically for PlayStation people, I think too, um, because they can't get modded content, so they are just playing it. I think because there's nothing else like this on the console market, it's worth. Only because it literally is like the only game that you can have any sort of milsim type quality on console.
Insurgency
So,
Sandstorm.
but on a grander scale.
So this
That's
is more
another
like
thing too.
Squad.
this is like squad on, but I think in my opinion, better shooting mechanics. I'm not really a big fan of the shooting mechanics, especially now with the way squad infantry plays. But then you also have, it's set in the Cold War too, so it's very simple. At least this is for vanilla. It's set in the Cold War, so you don't have thermals, you don't have drones, you don't have anything crazy. But of course, modded, you have all that if you want to, So it's like it's very customizable. Different servers have different things. Also, it looks beautiful as well too, and as much as I know, I saw you in chat, Woodverine. I know you might be having some really bad frames, but for me, on a 4070 Ti, again, this is like a decent PC with a Ryzen 7 5800X, 32 gigabytes at 3200 megahertz. I'm running the game at ultra settings, everything ultra, and at least getting 60 plus, like 60 to 80 frames, even during a massive firefight on modded servers. So when I'm playing unmodded, it's even smoother as well. So I mean,
Mm.
it depends. I know console players. I've talked to console players while I'm playing in there, and especially Xbox players because they can get mods, and I'll talk to them, and I'm like, hey, how many frames you guys getting? They're like 30, and I was like, oof, that hurts. But it's like they don't care because there's nothing else like this on the market, so they'll play it
Dude,
as
that's
well.
what makes me, oh man.
So it's
That's
like if
what
they
makes
could
me
get
want,
that going, man.
dude, if that's what makes me want to get Arena Breakout Infinite to console so bad, it'd be like Tarkov on console and nothing like it would go nuts on
It would
console.
go insane, dude. Yeah.
It'd be so many people watching my sweet videos. I wish I could think of some damn content to make that's not just news stuff. Those are like the only videos that do well. Like if I'm timely and good with the news, like in that,
Mhm.
I wish there was some kind of like evergreen content I could do, like more story content, but
But
I never
yeah,
can
there's
come up
definitely
with.
some moments like just playing the game. I'm like, I was playing was just on a PV server and I'm walking around and some of the maps that these guys have made are just so when the sun hits just right and it's raining, there's a day and night cycle as well too, even in the modded servers as well too. So it gets pretty intense at night, and then you have night vision goggles on those servers, and and it's cool because like everyone has night vision, so it's very like interesting. Also, the best way to play it too is with in-game VoIP because one, I mean, it's cool if you're just like hanging out with your homies on Discord. If you want to do that, go for it. But I think the best way to play this game is with VoIP because one, you could talk to other people, you could talk on the radio, and you can also talk to the enemy as well too. So they can hear you if you're talk at a certain distance talking to your friend like, "Hey, they're right around the corner."
Yeah, that's
You
like
know.
Squad, right? The
Oh,
proc
no,
chat.
I don't think
Yeah, Squad has proc
squad.
chat.
Yeah, but not with the enemy.
I think it does. I know Insurgency
Sandstorm
does.
does.
Yeah,
Sandstorm does, man. I haven't played squad in forever. So maybe squad has it again, but
maybe it doesn't.
or snow, but yeah, so it's hilarious like you'll kill somebody and then they'll go down and then they'll most likely start talking shit. So you could talk shit to them back as they're on their back.
That's
And then
funny.
the cool part is that they're not if you shoot them and they don't die, um they'll lay there. So you have to finish them off, or they might have a chance to get up. So you have to commit war crimes as well.
Geneva
Yeah.
Convention, who? Never heard of her.
Who? Exactly. So, and then you have again, it's combined arms. It's easy because it's nice too because it's like take squad for example. You have like, excuse me, you have specific classes and loadouts. It's very simplified in that terms. So you don't have to sit there and like make your own loadout, but you're stuck as a grenadier or a machine gunner. If you're a squad leader, you only have this M4 with this type of sight on it, or you can really it's very limited in that aspect. But when it comes to what was it? When it comes to Arma Reforger, if you want to be a medic, you set up a medic class. You give yourself all the med stuff. You do that. You if you want to do AT, you give yourself a rocket launcher, an RPG. In the WCS servers, which is again the most popular, I would say right now PvP server in the game, which has 6 servers by the way. all 128 players, and there's always a 50 plus queue max on every server around between now and maybe 10, 11 o'clock. Like it, but they're so worth it. I waited 40 minutes just to get into a server. I went, I put in the queue, and I went and did something else around the house. I came back. I was like, all right, 15 people in front of me. I'm ready to go. So it's like that's the only bad thing is that because now it's getting so popular, the queues are always getting so full. They
Dang.
did say that they're gonna add 2 more servers, but I'm pretty sure if the other ones are full, those are gonna get even fuller. So, you know, um, player count has definitely increased. So are the server queues. Before there wasn't even a server queue either, because you just had to just if they were full, you had to just keep spamming or hope that there would be, a spot available. But the cool thing is, and all these mods are simplified even more so. So like back in Arma 3, you would have to, if you wanted to play on a certain server, and if you wanted to do it right, you would have to load up TeamSpeak. You would have to grab their IP and their password. You have to join that. You would have to go into whatever Discord that they're running if you're doing certain mods, grab the mod list, drag and drop, install all those mods, and then you would able to load into the server and start playing. But this one, it's all built in. So you click on the server that you want, it brings up all the mods together, it loads them for you, it updates them for you automatically, and everything's in game comms as well too. So it's a lot easier
Hmm.
when it comes to that. And just for information, I haven't played Armor 3 in a long time this is how Armor 3 used to run. Also, yeah, Armor 3 does not run that great. Like I have a 4070 Ti and I barely get 30 FPS if there's crazy things going on the screen. So I think this game apparently Reforger utilizes the CPU a lot better than Armor 3. But again, Armor 3 is a very old game too. Like Arma 3 release date. When did that game come out? 2013. So it's kind of just been built upon itself um
The
over and over
Reforger's
again.
$40.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's not a $60 game. Again, I wouldn't consider this a game per se.
That's what
It's
I'm
really
saying.
like
They're charging
it's like a
40
it's
bucks and you still have to build
but
your
it's
experience.
not really though. Not really, because you could do vanilla and still have a good time as well. So there's vanilla servers that are just you go in, you grab a kit, and you start, fighting people and stuff like that. So it's possible. It's possible.
Man, I don't know. I'm an Armor Reforger skeptic. That's what I am.
I feel like I need to bring you in to for you to experience it because it's hard to explain to someone who's never even played any Arma games whatsoever.
So, can you, for those of you playing at home, everyone talks about the WCS servers. Can you explain what those are?
Yeah, so WCS worst case scenario is a community run server by one of the main guys that runs it is Clean, who's another content creator slash streamer. One of the other founders, his name is 556 by 45 on Discord. Um yeah. And he's even shown me a couple things here and there that he posted on the WCS Discord that they're updating all the sound effects for firearms and stuff like that to make it sound even more realistic. Um and it really helped like make an experience for a PvP game mode that I mean it's just conflict, but it's different because they have modern weapons, modern technology, modern vehicles. Some servers have gunships, some don't, some are a little bit different in terms of just the way they run. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's just a
Hmm.
modded version of the conflict game mode, with modern vehicles, weapons, armors, gear, camouflage. Some of them are kind of funny. Like on the Russian side, you could put the Gopnik, like the tracksuit stuff, so you can run around that. I've seen people run around with just a plate carrier with the rig on it, and no pants, no shirt, just the white tidy
Wait,
whities and white shoes.
wait.
Like,
Okay. Now
yeah,
you're
like you
selling
can,
me on it.
dude, you can. That's what got you.
Yeah, if
That's
I
what
can run
got
around
you.
in my underwear just like in real
You can
life.
run around in your underwear. There's cowboy hats. There's a cowboy hat option on the NATO side. You can run around with a cowboy hat and a gas mask if you want. Yep. Yep. You could do
Blue,
that.
we saddling up, brother.
We sat on. Justin even got it. He put he in my Discord. He was like, "Hey, I just bought Reforger." So he's like, "When we
Ooh.
gaming." So I know Buff will most likely love it as well too. I just I need to get you in on it next.
You're selling me with underwear and cowboy hat.
Dude, you could literally, yeah, there's flannels as well too. I forgot about that on the NATO side. And then like I said, the Russian side, there's the track suits, they got Alton helmets as well too. Um so
Wait. Can I be a trucker? Can I be like a Logi truck
outside
driver?
training. You could. Okay, hold on. I was
Hey.
doing that and I made a joke where I was playing, oh yeah, I'm playing ATS, Afghanistan Truck Simulator.
Yeah.
And also one of the PvE servers that I play on, there's a built-in radio. So I turned on the radio and it was playing actual legit music, and I was only streaming it on Twitch because YouTube would hate it. But it was playing music and I was just going. I'd have to get out, load up the supplies, get back in the truck in a war zone, and I was just there, just because someone's got to do it, And you can even do it on helicopters too. You
Eh,
can get in a helicopter, load up supplies. Also, I love flying helicopters in that game, and I'm always dropping people off at points and stuff like that. So
can't shit my pants in the air. Shit
you
pants
could, dude. We could
LLC.
have shit pants LLC with RPGs flying at you, dude. Like, you know,
Dude, does it have steering wheel support? Can I like just just put on my steering? I wonder.
I'm sure someone probably already has done it. I don't know exactly where that would be though. You're making me look it up. Someone look it up. Someone chat.
Dude, ATS, Afghanistan Truck Simulator.
Because I do know there's joystick support for helicopters. Um, but I think you would have to like mess with the controls a little bit to get it working. But you might have to like use your mouse and keyboard on foot to walk and shoot and do everything else still. And then once you're in the truck, you just switch to the steering wheel and you're good to go. I think it's possible. I really think it's possible. Yeah, you have to use like the one with like the Xbox 360 controls, or like the Xbox controls on it specifically.
Well, my wheel is Xbox compatible. It's got like the Xbox stuff on it.
I think you'd be fine. I think you could do it then.
Mm,
Yeah.
dude.
I also didn't understand that as well too myself, of like why make Reforger and not just hold off and just make Arma 4. But I
Because
feel
Arma
like
4 is coming in 2042. Get excited,
I
guys.
think it's nice to get the testing bed and to get the feedback, and especially because this one's so different from any other Arma title, because it is also meant for console players as well too, so you have to put that into consideration. But I will say, man, it's so cool just like seeing when I'm in a server and I'm like, I'm there, I'm sitting at myself, what am I sitting at, like over 200 hours now, 300 close, 270, 273. And I'll show up and there's a guy who's brand new, like brand new first day. Like I literally just yesterday, a whole squad, every single one of them just bought it that day or yesterday and loaded it up for the first time. So I was sitting there like teaching them how this works, um, what's possible, they're like, how do I heal? So it's just like it was a pretty cool experience, man.
Dang. Yeah, guys,
Yeah.
get hyped. Arma 4 is coming out in 10 to 15 years. That's what it felt like when they announced it. I'm
It felt
sorry.
like,
I know I'm
yeah,
exaggerating.
he knows it's 2027, but it's just yeah.
Two
It's
more
already
years. Get
2025.
excited. You gonna
Yeah,
start a countdown ticker? Should we?
it'll be like the end of 2027 though.
We should put a countdown ticker on the stream, on the podcast every
When we
week
an actual dates.
for Arma
Sure.
4
I
countdown.
did it for Stalker 2. I kept telling you guys, even though I don't play that game anymore, RIP, but
Are you wait, why aren't you playing Stalker 2?
I'm hooked on Reforger, dude. Like,
You're
you
having a
fair.
Crash Crisis 2. Wow.
Like, dude, like
We're
the
the
game that
same
my
person.
channel was like blew up on pretty much now.
It's like I'm
It's just
looking in the
like
mirror.
pretty much. I just, more hair, but pretty much.
Cool. Great. Had to go there.
Oh man, sorry. Cool hat
Nice.
though. I love
Yeah,
your hat
thanks,
though.
man. Gotta wear it because I'm bald as hell. So how cool is it now? Dang it,
but
man.
we're playing
No,
tomorrow
wait.
night, dude. I feel like we need
Let's
to. Well, you want to dive? You want to be my therapist for Stalker
we
for
gotta
a bit?
talk about this, man, because we have
Dude,
the same feel. I didn't even
I
realize
haven't,
it.
because like I haven't talked about it yet because I think it's because I think
You're in
everyone kind of
denial.
agrees to just like, well, no, because fucking Unreal Engine 5, dude. I'm so tired of games that put UE5 on their marketing. And even when they do collaborations with Nvidia and showcase that, like, oh, look at our game running on Nvidia at 40 on a 4090 Ti, which, oh, that's another thing I gotta talk to you about. But it's just like it runs like crap unless you have another mod installed on it. The AI are still being worked on. It's a game that will be finished in 2027. Oh,
Okay.
and that's another thing too. I'm playing Stalker and Arma Reforger now. There's literally, I was playing on a Stalker server that a custom made map that, and the game masters, which are like the people that like, they're like the Zeus, like they're like the gods of the world. They were so nice to me. I was the only person on the server, and they were literally catering an experience just for me because they were about to like stop the server and like go home for the night pretty much to like keep working on it, but they were like, we see he's actually doing stuff, so he acted like the traitor. One of the guys, they're basically, it was like RP. They're
I think
basically already characters in the
I
game.
heard that on your stream. They were talking about
Yeah.
how they were spawning things in for you and stuff, and like,
Yeah, because like after the emission happened, I was like, okay, that was just the server restart. I went in, they were like, yeah, man, we saw you and you were actually doing pretty cool things, so we like wanted to make you feel like the main character in a Stalker game. So, they kind of put on like some slightly Russian accents as well too, or Ukrainian accents, and one guy's name was Dmitry, and another guy's name was Zelinsk. And I was like, Zelensky? He's like, no, 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 Zelinsk.
no.
uh, yeah. So,
Well,
it's just like, and there's even, oh yeah, and there's Armor Life. There's actually there. No, that is another friend in chat was like, yeah, I was doing Arma RP in Reforger. It's not perfect, but it's being worked on. Like they're continuously working on it and making pretty big strides
if they need a
as
trucker,
well. You could do that.
I will
You
do
could
that.
probably do that. You
I'll
can
be the
do,
RP trucker,
and
brother.
instead of like, and you could probably deliver drugs if you wanted to, maybe. I don't know.
Brother,
You know.
still good because that's what I do in an ATS
That's what.
and
So
baby
there's
oil.
that. But yeah, but when it comes to Stalker, man, it's just without mods. I mean, I know people who are loving the story, but for me, if the surrounding elements aren't there, I can't get immersed into the story, and it pulls me out when I keep seeing people. The spawns are better. I'm pretty sure. I mean, they were continuously doing hot fixes, so like shout out to the dev team for Stalker 2, but like I'm gonna give it like a good year until I really get back into it. I feel like, especially because I am just hooked on Reforger. That's just like a really another thing. If I'm waiting in 40-minute queues, anyways, I'm pretty hooked.
I still feel like you're dodging because I want to talk about the fact that we both had the same mental struggle where you had a game that your channel was blowing up on. You were excited for it to release. I was the same with
Mhm.
Gray Zone. I was the same with Delta Force. And then
Well,
now it
it's a
all
little
launched, and I'm like,
different
I'm playing
because
ABI.
one of my most viewed videos is Armor Reforger, which is kind of crazy. And it's Stalker 2, I thought would do a lot better on my channel. For some reason, Deadside did better than Stalker 2. Armor Reforger did better than Stalker 2. So it's like, I mean, as much as I love Stalker and I'm still every now and then I'll cover it. my main focus first really is anything first person and immersive. So if I can just continuously cover games like that, then that's all that really matters in my opinion. But like
Yeah,
literally, if I go to the top viewed video, so the first top viewed video on my channel, actually no, this one surpassed it. It was Arma Reforger changed my gaming experience forever.
but did it? Kinda.
I'm kinda, in all honesty, it really did though. Like,
Dang it, man.
and then it goes Dead Side, and then Arma again, and then a Stalker mod, and then Stalker 2. So it's like it there's two videos that are doing better on my channel still for Armor Forger than Stalker 2.
Man, you're a big time Arma guy.
It's just kind of, man, it looks good. It plays well in my opinion. There are some moments where I'm like, oof, like um needs to the server needs to kind of get their shit together. A lot of times, you crash and it's like, oh, just an Armor Forger moment. But you know, it's
Oh,
it's
yeah,
it's
you
so much
had
fun,
a
dude.
that was a big time vid.
Yeah, dude. If you go to like my popular videos, it's
Yeah.
all just that. Yeah.
All
It's like,
right. All right.
and it's growing even more now because of the resurgence of Armor Forger and their player base and stuff like that. So it's like, first of all, that's why I think you need to play on it, not just because I think you're gonna have fun. Actually, no, I know you're gonna have fun. I'm promising you right now, you're gonna have fun right now. But I think your channel might get some views from it as well too.
Especially if I role play as a shid pants trucker on the battlefield.
No one else is doing it.
Hey, there's probably a reason
No,
for
it's
it, but
survival trucking.
don't stop me now.
Dude,
Survival
I'm telling you,
trucking.
I was chilling. Just it was like I would have to like go to base. I grab the truck, and I'm there just chilling with music. I'm like, people's Humvees are passing me. I go over because the roads it's in the Kunar province, so they're like really tiny roads. Or I'm driving like on the side of a cliff, you know, and there's little birds flying above me. I'm telling you, hey, we need supplies at this place. All right, I'm on my way. Put my music on. I'm just driving along. Just I'm using my mouse in game to like bop my head up and down to the music and stuff like that. So it's just there you could turn on the lights, you could turn on, you can put high beams on, you can honk your horn, it's all there, dude, man. It's all really there.
And then I
So
can also have a 1911, which is the Lord's sidearm, by the way. And like, if
you can
shit
have a
hits the fan, I can get
1911,
out of my
man.
truck and can I shoot out of the truck?
There's some mods you can, but normally no. If you're driving, no. But there are some mods that you can now, but most of the times you're kind of just stuck there. Yeah. But yeah, mods, anything you can
Oh.
imagine, a mod can make it. And that's another thing too. I was checking out some of the Halo mods as well too. Um there's Halo mods, that's why I checked out the Stalker mod last night. Um yeah.
All right. But at least if we were shitting pants and the shid hit the fan, I could get out with a firearm
And
and
you can react to the shit.
yeah, I can deal with said shit. Dang, man. Shoot.
Dude, I even on the server that I put, there's a winter mod I put on, there's a winterized tires mod I put on. So I'm driving in the snow with winter tires, trailing. I went and like saved some people, got back in the truck. I did crash at the end because I was going. It's in kilometers per hour. I was going like 180 down the road, and then I hit a freaking guardrail and blew up. But
Oh, Finn can be my navigator. And then
yeah,
all
you could. Yeah, so you could be driving, and someone sitting next to you. Hey, fam, like, do I gotta make this left or right? Make a left up here. Then a couple, at the gas station, make a left there. There's a dirt path on your right. You make a right there. We can just sit all together. You can transport people. You could transport people. You can have people in the back. You can have like, what was it, like 14 people in the back, and they're all talking shit the entire
dang.
time. Like, thank the truck driver, instead of the bus driver. So
And I could be just blasting Fortunate Son over the radio and just
You could,
Dang.
you could. I have it set up to where I have my voice meter set up where I can just press a button and I can play music and people can listen to it because you can like lock your VoIP on open, so then you can just play music. I do that on the helicopter.
Hmm. All right.
You're probably gonna
That's
get
very
it gifted.
intriguing.
You're probably gonna get it gifted tonight. Just saying.
No, 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 no. I'll buy it. I'll buy it tonight. Do not gift it to me. I'll buy it. I'll buy it.
Okay.
Uh,
I would say, dude, I would definitely check. If we're playing tomorrow night, most likely we are. Like, it'd be the perfect time for you to check it out because
I
it's in a test. It's like in a better test environment.
I can just drive a truck though.
You could drive us. We'll let you drive.
All right. All right. I'm liking it. Um, man, dang it. I want to RP as a shit pants Afghanistan Warzone truck streamer driver,
You
man.
could, yeah. You could drive a Humvee. You could drive a truck. You could drive MRAPs.
I just need a truck, brother.
Need a truck? You
Can I get a
perfect.
Peterbilt?
They're mainly like M1075 or whatever the
Yeah,
heck they are, like old army ones or old Russian ones.
we'll make it
You
work.
know. Also, you can change it too, where you can switch it up. So right now, it's like you can set it up where it's automatic. That's by default. It sets an automatic gearbox, but you can have a manual gearbox as well too. So you have to like shift to reverse, shift to neutral, first, second, third, I fourth. I think maybe it's a 5 speed. I forgot exactly, but yeah. Yep,
Dang.
all there, man.
All right.
But in terms of, I would say real quick, just for a quick Call of Duty thing, there was a tweet that I saw in a video that I highly recommend someone. If you hate Call of Duty, I think this will just like you'll hate it even more. Um, Hunter TV made a video that I saw today earlier of like what happened to Call of Duty, and yeah,
Want me to pull it up?
I yeah, Hunter TV, and you almost a million subs. Don't get mad at us.
I think he'll be okay.
Yeah. But literally it's literally like he showcases what, you know, Treyarch put out of like this is going to be the most, you know, lore friendly 90s era Call of Duty we've ever had, to the dirt in your fingernails, you know, and the way explosions look, and then it's like anime skins everywhere, you know, or like pink laser guns. Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome. I'm sorry, audio listeners, you can't see this, but basically, I'll describe it to
go
you.
check it out. Go, I would go watch that video
If you
like on
can,
Hunter
yeah.
TV's channel. Yeah.
Yeah, at It's Hunter TV on X, and it shows them like where they revealed Black Ops 6. They talked about how cool explosions were and how much detail they were putting into the weapons and how gritty and it was gonna awesome it was gonna be with the times. And then he just shows all the skins of the unicorn farts and puke and rainbow puke and anime woo woo dances and stuff. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude.
Which is
So
crazy
it's
because
like,
Delta Force is actually getting some like anime cat weapon charms this season. So I mean
yeah,
it's
but they
happening.
didn't go out and start saying like we're gonna be the bridge between realism and hyper realism. You know, like they didn't go out and say that. So at least I give them credit because they didn't put that out in the beginning. But
Yeah.
and then
But I
the tweet is very interesting because I really hope people stick to it. Um, and I saw Big Cry retweet it, but it's basically from Modern Warzone, which is a pretty big, you know, Call of Duty X account. Um,
Yeah, it says
and
I highly encourage you to stop
yeah,
playing Call of Duty and go play other games until they get their shit together. So this is they pinned it. So this is one of the top Call of Duty places, you know, pinning that tweet. I've just seen a ton of people talking about cheaters. They had a new update that broke matchmaking in Warzone for most of today. There's been a bunch of new glitches and stuff like that. Um, it's just a lot of people are complaining about it. A lot of people are switching to Marvel Rivals. Over the last few weeks, there's been videos from like Nate Shot, Swag, all those guys saying they're quitting Call of Duty for now. And it just feels like the Call of Duty cycle is happening faster than ever, where people get tired of it.
It went
After
by a lot
it
faster
went
than the
quick.
last couple ones. Yeah. So.
It went really quick this time. Because usually, in this time of year, people are still liking it. You're getting season 1, season 2. Verdansk is coming back for season 3 pretty soon, and people are going to be excited and all that stuff. But man, it just feels like
Hmm.
right now, Call of Duty is just not in a good spot. Their Steam player numbers are around 60,000, and when the game launched, they're around 360,000. So it dropped a lot of players off of Steam, and people are playing other things. So
Yeah.
Delta Force is going to be doing well. And then yeah, Battlefield hype time. Oh my gosh, dude.
I really, man, again, Vince, you better. I will. Your feet are hanging by the fire, bro. Like, in
Vince,
all
you mother
honesty, dude.
lover.
So, like, you can't say that and then give us a subpar experience. You cannot say, you know, Battlefield 3 and 4 were prime Battlefield. Yes, we know. We've been telling you this. So,
I mean, yeah,
but
that's what
without,
that's what I said though. I quoted the tweet and said everybody, all the creators in August of 2025 are going to be, we're so back, baby. Like the cycle will
I
start
hope that
over
I
again.
really, yeah, exactly. I don't see it changing, but I expect to be maybe a slight shift when the next Call of Duty gets announced. I don't think it'll be. It's gonna be. There's gonna be the channels that hype it up and say Call of Duty's back, so on and so forth. But I think there's gonna be even bigger creators that will contest that, or even remind people not to pre-order. I'm thinking they'll see. I'm hoping that they'll see a dip in sales to where they'll start thinking about maybe the next one after that. Just enough to maybe hurt them a little bit. Not enough to where it's gonna go make them bankrupt, but what's the next company that takes over Call of Duty next one? Because it was Treyarch this round
I think it's, I think Treyarch's making the next one too.
too as well. So
Aren't
I
they?
mean,
Tom Henderson
because I
tweeted it.
yeah, because I remember
I
when they
don't,
used to like switch back and forth between like Sledgehammer, Infinity War, so on and so forth. So I don't know what that's like now with the
yeah, he tweets so
companies.
much I can't remember, but they said something about like
Infinity Ward.
I thought it was going to be Infinity Ward, but
I would like it if they just stuck with it with one company, just
I
sticking maybe every 2 years instead of every other year. Because it's just the every time another Call of Duty comes, like you look at Modern Warfare 2019 to this, it is night and day difference. Even like to the point, like in the video, like the loading screen, like when you load into a match, you're sitting in the back of a truck and you're getting it now. It's just like you load in, so it's just like the quality of life, and even like God, I'm gonna keep referring back to that video, but it just makes so much sense. Like you look at like the way Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 looked in terms of like level design and it all was a cohesive message. And then you look at this one, it's just a massive, just you know, different things that got added in. And then like the Squid Games stuff that they added in just cause where like other games do it better. Like it's man, you know. I hope the shift, because I'm not even just seeing the shift in like gaming wise, even just like in general. Like there's like a shift, like people are now starting to like be more their voices are being listened to more, if not listened to more, but at least their voices are being heard. Um so we'll see.
and then yeah, I've just been seeing that, and then I also saw a thing. I need to get into that, but I think there's a way by law they're required to tell you your skill based matchmaking, your hidden MMR. So people are actually sending letters into Activision, and they have to reply to them. I've been seeing that kind of stuff too,
Mm,
which
interesting.
is funny. Um,
Eh,
Call
we'll
of
see. We'll
Duty.
see if people actually kind of band together and hopefully kind of, I think Call of Duty needs to feel it in their pocket. They're too
October.
like I think you said it a while ago. They're just too big to fail drastically, but they could at least hopefully feel it in their pockets.
Yeah, Call of Duty 2025 is expected to be a Black Ops 2 sequel.
A Black Ops 2 sequel?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Black Ops 3?
Not that simple. But it,
And that's another thing too, man. They just can't come up with any good new ideas.
yeah, it's like all recycled. But I need to look more into that. Maybe that's something we can talk about next week. I didn't get a chance to
Yeah.
dig into how to do that, but I need to check it out.
Black Ops 2.0.
2.2 Roman numeral 2
Yeah,
with
they're gonna just
Nuketown
switch it up.
78. The 78th Nuketown. Yeah, I'm glad we have some alternatives to play. But I think that's
Yeah,
probably a
I'm
show.
glad we're there. Yeah.
I hear my
Yeah,
child
man.
screaming.
Yeah, I smell food downstairs. So.
So no, man, that was a good show. It was a good show. I was worried about it. I'm always worried about it, but it was awesome. And I found out that I can be a truck driver in a war zone, and I'm very intrigued about it.
Hell
But
yeah.
anyway, guys, thank you for being here, Blue. Thank you so much, man, for hanging with me and chatting. It was awesome. Thank you guys for being in chat. Thank you guys for listening out there in podcast land. If you guys do have a second, leave us a 5-star review. It helps out. Like the stream, share it around. Tell a friend about us if you enjoy the content and they like FPS games. We're always looking for more folks to come hang out with us on Mondays. And yeah, man, thank you guys for being with us, and we'll hopefully see you guys next week. Bye.
Later.